Welcome to Forza Horizon 5. This is going to be a review of the game, and basically I want to go over and show some differences and see if this is worth upgrading from Forza Horizon 4, which I believe was one of the best games of all time. It's one of my favorites. This version takes place in Mexico. It's a completely different style map. It's wide open. It is a huge contrast. Now, to begin with all the Forzas, you have this huge production intro that is fantastic, and it just never disappoints. They drop you out of a plane in this one, and they throw you immediately into the action where you'll drive 4 different vehicles and you'll jump around and see all the different landscape, and it really shows off the new landscape of the game. And then when you finish there, they put you in to one of your choice of 3 new vehicles. And out of these 3 vehicles is the one you'll pick to start the game. Some of the most notable changes you'll see instantly comes inside of the menu system, where they've changed the way the layout is. They've changed the look and pretty much the entire feel of the menu system. And even when you get into your cars, there's this entirely new system here where you get rewarded for collecting certain cars in the group from the manufacturer. And then even the icons here for the cars look slightly different. They look like little Matchbox cars in the car selection process. The car upgrade menu is fairly similar, but even that's made some tweaks. So they made a lot of small tweaks in the game, and it kind of falls back into place with all the other Forzas, where you get different tasks and you have to accomplish them to keep moving forward in the game. Now, the other thing they added is climate. Now, in the past they had rain. Here they add this huge windstorm that comes through periodically and really creates havoc in your racing. They've kept the wheel spins, both the super wheel spin and the regular wheel spins, and they have kept the car perks as well. Now, one of the things that they have changed is they added the ability to put different tires on every vehicle. So you could put a rally tire or an off-road tire on even the Lamborghini. They've also added a few different options for the transmission and the differential, as far as they've added more options to choose from. So, for example, on the transmission and in the differential, you could add a rally or a race or a sport. Just different options for the different parts that they didn't have in 4 for every vehicle. And the cutscenes are just gorgeous. They're very cinematic. They just really pull out the detail in the surroundings. Now, the big change, one of them, is this. They added this when you actually get to pick what you unlock as you get further into the game as far as levels and maps. And then here's just some sound of some of the game sound of what the engine sounds like. Now, they did keep a lot of the neat little like specialty spots where you have to really be creative in getting some of the billboards. Here's a few. It seems like they've added a lot more of that to this game. I've had to jump and find multiple ways to get to these billboards, and that adds a whole different level of fun to the game, I think. So what about the actual racing? Well, that feels very similar. The cars still turn they're very responsive. The suspension feels natural. It has a really nice, smooth transition, weight balance, transfer, acceleration. The sounds are great. The AI is difficult but not impossible, depending on your settings. Everything seems really solid when it comes to the actual racing and driving around. So let's get into the actual map itself. It is enormous. There's a lot to go over here. This is a gorgeous map. So let me show you. Here are some examples of some of what you can see here. Now, it's wide open for the most part, and you can go for miles and miles in a straight line through all these cactuses, through all this stuff, and get to where you need to go. Unlike previous generations where there were multiple trees and stuff, here it's more wide open. You can plow through more stuff, go further in the game, across fields. Now, don't get me wrong, there are trees. You're going to hit stuff. There's rocks, there's boulders, but they're far less frequent in parts of the map where it's wide open and it truly feels like you're out in the desert. They did a fantastic job with the surroundings, making it feel more like it probably would feel more realistic, I would assume. I've never driven a vehicle over into this type of terrain, but it feels natural. Everything's beautiful, and it's just a ton of fun to explore and free roam. I still have a long ways to go, but I think I've touched almost every corner of this map. It is truly a beautiful map. It's fun to free roam. It's going to be, I think it'll stand the test of time and be fun for years to come. So with the addition of a couple new modes like boss battle here, and some tweaks to the menu, some tweaks to the tires, the transmission, how you can set up your car. I'm sure there's a bunch that I missed here, but all in all, so far, this has been absolutely fantastic. I love playing it. I think they've made enough upgrades and good enough upgrades to it to make it fun for years to come. So that's it, folks. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers before Christmas, so help me out. And have a fantastic day. Thanks. Bye.